Alright, so this is just a short disclaimer. My starter footage was corrupted, as you can see, but I can tell you what happened. So we did loot a ship right away at spawn, and then we looted a nether portal. Loot wasn't great, but it's still something. So then I went to get stone, was looking good, good start off, I thought. All's going well, stone, crafted some tools, pretty happy with it. Got my axe and pickaxe first, those are always the top priority. Now let's keep going. After I got my tools, I immediately went exploring. I wanted to get any resources I could, such as a bed. I was super concerned about that because I couldn't find anything. I had to check the day, and I knew right then I had to find a bed fast. As I went, I killed, as you can see, this little piggy and just kept going. I needed materials, anything I could get. Food, most important thing I could get. So I kept going, and it was looking well. Found some bushes, debating whether or not I should mine them, but figured might as well not. I believe I grabbed that sugar cane. Yes, I did, because I'm smart. I do apologize for the lag. My internet wasn't doing great at the time, but we're just gonna keep going, alright? So after this, we just ran for a while, and it kind of just kept going, so just gonna yeah, I just kind of ran for a while. Looked around, I was trying to find anything that could help me. My first and most important priority was getting some type of base, any materials. And I think in a moment I get my lucky break, but I just kept running for a while, located some interesting things. I'll be honest, I probably lost my spawn chunks, but it's fine. Fine, I didn't need to make that infinite iron farm anyways. Oh, and this cave was terrifying. I thought I saw a creeper. Luckily I didn't, but still worried for a second. But I kept going. This was hardcore. This is my hardcore series. Welcome to it. It's been this is our first episode. We got some sheep. Super excited about it. I immediately got wool. I was like, all right, we could sleep. This is awesome. So we just kept going. After the sheep, I was like, well, that's great, but it's not enough for a bed. Am I gonna have to live in a hole? Checked out the cool iceberg by my base, and then saw more sheep. I was like, yes. So I kept going, got the sheep, and I'm like, well, food's covered now, along with every other important thing I need right this second. So I just looked around, super happy about getting the bed, and just kept going, because I wanted to do some awesome footage for you guys. Got the sheep, and then I was like, wait a minute. Checked my inventory. That's a really good base spot. I decided this is where I'm going to build my base. It looked good, and it looked like it would be a fun place to build. So, I just kept going. My idea, well, I guess you can wait for that. I was checking out the iceberg, and I just thought it looked great. I was thinking about what build I'm going to do that in the future, and you'll probably see in a later episode if I don't die right away. But yeah, I thought this would be a great base location, and I immediately set up a small little camp for myself. I figured this was looking good, and I was doing a good job. But I didn't want to stop here, so I set up my little camp and just decided to keep going. Be honest, the hardest part about this whole thing is making commentary. Alright, so I made my furnace, some basic stuff like that, started my food cooking. And this is where some of the fun begins. I immediately, right after my food cooks and I look around for a little while, I was observing my surroundings, gotta make sure everything looks good, gotta make sure I'm good. So looked around a bit, thinking this was looking great, made my bed. I'm like, alright, now at least I can sleep through the night. This is what I needed, I figured I was doing great. Although I don't know any armor I have, it's blast protection 2 pants I got right at the start, and my basics other than that. So I was like, alright, I gotta focus here. Talked about how I was gonna get materials, and so cute, epic material building montage, but as you know, footage corrupted, so I'm talking over my own audio here. But we kept going. We didn't want to stop here, so I got some food, and I immediately started collecting materials. First, we started with some trees, and more, and some more. But we just kept going. Then we slept, wanted to get through this as fast as possible. Then we started on the building process. Well, not really. I was just trying to figure out what the frame was for this build I was gonna do. It took, like, this is an oval, and then I go through another one, and another one, until I finally get one that I kind of like, but then I realized I was mining that pickaxe, and I'm like, wow, I'm doing great. This one I liked, it was more circular, so I stored my loot, and I decided that I should actually build a little farm. I needed a small break, and I figured it'd be good for me. So I planted my one seed and my few sugarcane. Figured now's as good as time as ever. Once I planted some of that, I just kept going. Figured I'd be fine. And I was like, you know what? Let's get this treasure map. So after that, I got the treasure. Honestly, super happy about it. I messed up on the fen, and my dog's blurping out my fen. But after I did get the treasure, however, it took a try. But once I got there, I got there. I had to like try. It took way too long to figure out where this fin was. This trick's. I'm doing great, okay? You know what? I'm doing great. Anyways, I got back into it. I didn't want to let it down here. So, got some epic loot. Can't believe I got those 2 diamonds right off the bat. Then I got all that iron. I was speeding through my advancements, alright? Got TNT, I got it. I got a Heart of the Sea. It was looking great. Alright, so I mined my door and I got out of there. Of course, I took the chest too. Well, I guess I didn't take the chest. Never mind. I'm still amazed at that chest, dude. That was so amazing. Helped me a lot in the beginning. So as I made my first shield, got crafted on my chest piece. I wanted gear right away. Gear was one of my first priorities. Armor is way more important than tools. If I didn't have that chest piece, I would probably instantly die. Alright? But I kept going anyways. I got some tools, which I didn't even use until I eventually went mining. I still used my stone ones. I didn't know when I was going to next get gear. So I stored some anything I didn't need, and I got to work. So we're gonna get started. I was gonna get some wood, and then I noticed this big tree, and I just could not allow its existence. I had a fire charge on me. This tree had to go right away. Big trees, they're wonderful for decoration. Great, alright, I don't have to do the work myself. I'll always appreciate that. But man, are they a pain to mine, alright? I have struggled, alright, on a late night trying to find where that one log is in a forest of trees because it was just this leaf ball that was such an eyesore. But eventually I got it. I had to make sure this thing didn't burn the entire forest down though, so I kept an eye on it. I just burn it because I don't even bother mining them. I will take the waste of wood in exchange for their lack of existence. 'Cause they're painful. Painful to mine, okay? Every time I see one, my soul just dies just a little bit more. But that's not the point here. I got some stone, but you don't get to see that awesome mining sesh because, stuff. But I was admiring my icebergs. For a second, I thought they were made of blue ice, and I was tripping, but it ended up just being packed ice. I was like, wait, is that blue ice? No way, I got a blue ice biome. And I realized that's not a thing, and I just lived next to a glacier biome. And then I realized I live next to an ocean monument. And I just dwelled on that for a second. I'm like, I live next to an ocean monument? Now I have to keep this hardcore world, alright? I can't mess up now. I have like one of the best opportunities here. Alright, that awesome looking glacier, an ocean monument. I have to do something awesome now. Alright, like my seed. Alright, I spawned next to a shipwreck. Next to a portal. Alright, with a little bit of distance to an ocean monument. In a glacier biome. I don't think the odds are very high for that, right? They can't be that high. Like, that's gotta be really awesome, right? I was just admiring that for like the longest time, and I'm like, alright, you know what? It's time to build. I immediately got to work on the floor, and I just want but before that, I had to make sure, it was actually circular. So
Okay.
I had done this. I went through the mountain, instead of using an app or something, no. I carved through a mountain for like 20 minutes to make sure it was circular with a stone pickaxe of all things. I'm still not sure why I did this. I don't know if I thought I was gonna build into the mountain more or something. I'm still struggling to figure that out, I'm gonna be honest. But you know, it's fine. I made sure that my circle was circular, even though it's just one part. Then I ended up blocking it up, and I was like, that was stupid. Alright, let's get back to the actual build. Immediately got to work on the roof. I thought it was looking pretty good, but it needed so much more, so I got right back into it. These are the traditional colors of stone and wood, but I didn't feel like being that outlandish considering it was the starter base. I can always add more cool stuff later. But first, I needed to get this frame done, and man, that was honestly more annoying than you would think. Eventually, I got it to look like that. I was loving it. But there's something missing. I got to work on the interior. I was really liking it. The mix of cobblestone and stone was just looking great. I then proceeded to run around and admire my hard work for a little bit. This took some time, okay? I'm no master builder. To make something look good takes a lot of effort. And by a lot, I mean like a lot. Like way too long. I need to work on my building. But it's fine, alright? You guys are gonna see me grow in that. But this is our starter base. I'll probably leave this for the entire series. After checking that, reblocking it up a little bit farther, I admired my build just a little bit more. It was looking great, you know? I liked how I set everything up. I had chests, I had my furnaces, I was loving it. It looked good, I knew I could live here, and it was just looking great. You guys did sadly miss my awesome entrance building montage, but you'll get to see it in a moment. But first, I was just admiring tea. Have you made a good cup of tea with creamer? And it's like in a jar. Have you made that? It's the best thing ever, okay? If you don't know how to make tea, you need to figure it out. But I kept going. So I wanted to show you this. This is my path in. I basically just made a hole into the mountain that went to my base and made a cool circular fin that I could connect to. I'm gonna add more next episode. I'm still iffy about this entrance. I think I like the way up. Maybe I'll strip the logs. The doors need work, but it's getting there, alright? Survivability is top priority. Me making this look good's just putting off the possibility of dying. And after all this, I was like, you know what? It's time to farm. Oh yeah, hold up. While set up this farm, I misclicked and it tried to put me into a different game mode. Of course, it didn't work because I'm in hardcore, but it's still concerning. I wanted to let you know this is vanilla and I would never cheat. And then this happened, and I'm still wondering how this happened. I think it might stay. If it does, I'm confused. I'm wondering if there's any practical implication to this that I could possibly use. But no matter what, I know that this is cool. I could just casually plant those right there, no problems at all. Then I found out there was a mine shaft under my base, and this is where I almost died. You think it would be the creeper or the skeleton, but no. Alright? It ended up being a flippin' zombie that got 2 crits on me. I was in full iron armor, and a zombie almost killed me. Do you know how embarrassing that would be? Oh wait, oh crap, Philza died of that. Alright, no, nope, never mind. That is not embarrassing at all. Sorry, Philza. Anyways, I left the cave a bit. Terrified I almost died, realizing I didn't kill the zombie. I'm still can't believe I almost let myself die there. But I got back to it anyways, and epic diamond montage. Doop. So my sound was all screwed up, so you're gonna hear none of that. I do apologize for that, by the way. It was like, if I mined a block, the next block I mined would be interrupted by that block, basically. It wasn't great. So, part of the reason for this. But after I got all those epic diamonds, I got some obby, enough to make another portal, and make, you guessed it, an enchantment table. This was the first step to the immortality, basically. Because before I even consider making anything awesome in this world, I need to beat the Ender Dragon. And to do that, I need good gear. So I crafted my diamond tools. And I just, got to work. It was basically just me crafting, figuring out what I wanted. And then I decided it was time to do some enchanting. So I set up a small, not the greatest enchantment setup in about 15 seconds. Yeah, come on, you can hold it. And boom, enchanted my gear. Most of it, I should have taken that sweeping edge, but it's fine. Most of it was it was alright, efficiency, maybe I'm breaking efficiency if I was lucky, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy, but good nonetheless. Anything would help just to keep me alive. I decided on feather falling, my boots, just to stop fall damage a little bit. My whole goal here was just survivability, really. I didn't want to die. And that cues it for our first episode. This one was kind of short for me, but I hope you liked it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell and tell your friends about me as I'm just starting. I'm gonna do some awesome things on this channel, and Shard SMP will be back on soon, by the way. Alright? Bye bye.